Are you crazy? Or are you just mad?
Hello. Welcome to the Mad Musicians Against Depression podcast, where we discuss the latest news, research and hot topics surrounding mental health. I'm Thomas Maher, and I'm joined in studio by my beautiful co-host, award-winning singer, songwriter and presenter, Indiraa.
Indiraa!
Hi, I'm beautiful. I'm your beautiful...
You're black. Sorry, you're back.
I'm your beautiful co-host.
Are you?
Yeah, that's what you just said, innit?
No, I just said welcome back and black.
And we'll go back to black.
Back, yes, back and black. Okay. Welcome, Indiraa, to episode 13 of the Mad
Unlucky for
podcast.
some.
And lucky for others.
Lucky for us.
So it's very lucky for us, yes.
Yeah.
Welcome.
You're welcome, Tommy.
You mug.
Tommy, I love you, Tommy.
No, you don't. It's all bullshit. Everything I said about you in this intro is bullshit as well, yeah, by the way. No, it's not. It's all true. It's all true. So, Annie, welcome. How's it going?
No, I'm very upset. I'm
Yeah,
sorry. I'm going now. Bye.
Bye. See you. Bye. Welcome back, Indiraa. So, tell us, Indiraa, what's going on?
I've got new medication and it's working wonderbar.
Wonderful. You're looking fantastic. You're smiling.
Thank you.
You're radiant. You look much better.
And I'm wearing my Roland Garros clothing today so I can watch...
Rolex?
so I can watch Carlitos.
Santano?
No, Alcaraz.
Alcaraz. Oh, who's he? 24 Alcaraz?
No.
But anyway, you're all dressed up in tennis regalia today, I've noticed, I have to say. Because obviously being a tennis fan, as you are. I
am so excited. Last year I was at the French Open at this time.
Voila.
Yeah.
Oui. Merci. Merci beaucoup. You were French last week, so let's not be French this week, all right? Okay, now don't talk crap. So the new medication, you changed over to the anti-craving medication.
Which is 3 tablets a day, and it's much milder, and it works really well, and it does not have the side effects I had, because I was bruising all over my body. I had massive bruises.
Yes, you showed me. They looked terrible.
I know.
And obviously a lot less side effects, which is your most happy about.
Dizziness, sickness, all gone. Bye-bye.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you're feeling much better, I guess.
Yeah, today I've been cooking up a storm in the kitchen.
Yeah, Stormy Daniels?
No, we're not back with Stormy Daniels, okay?
No. And our President Gimp?
I don't like him at all.
I know you don't. Anyway, so what have we got today? On episode 13, we have our 4 articles to read out, which you will be obviously taking us through the first one. And your first one today is walking benefits.
Yeah.
7 reasons why walking before work in the morning is so good for your mental health. And then my one is the miracle of showing up when you have a mental illness. And then your next one, a final one, will be 30 minutes sitting here as magical effect on depression. Is that on a magic mushroom? Okay. And my final one is the Life Sabbatical is doing absolutely nothing. The secret of happiness.
Bugger all.
Well, before I read that one out to you and get my chance, I can say yes, it is.
Twinklet.
Yeah, Twinklet. Look at my friend Twinklet, who does bugger all, but is the happiest man on his planet.
You know, I have to say this is an exception because he's not the happiest man. He's only the happiest man when he's in the pub.
That's in his planet. That's what I said. Now, what's that down? Please, phones on silent, or I'll have to dish out punishment.
Oh, no, not again.
Yeah, what have you done now?
Nothing. I put it on silent.
Yeah.
My husband's out playing a match, so I had to wait for his stupid results. That's why the phone is on. But
the results of his
match again. He's always playing matches.
Test or tennis?
No, that we all know he's super intelligent and super everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, super califragilistic and all them things.
Is he now?
Yeah, so let's do this.
Right, Indiraa, take us through your first one.
Walking benefits. 7 reasons why walking before work in the mornings, because most of us work in the mornings, of course, is so good for our mental health. Looking forward to an easy way to move to boost your mental and physical health? Going for a walk in the mornings could be the answer you're looking for. Here's why. We get it. Working out in the morning isn't for everyone, not for me. Finding time to fit in a run or a swim can be hard when you need to get to work, and spiking your cortisol levels the day the day's even begun, well, I can tell you I don't like doing that, but can leave some people feeling worse for wear. But if there's one form of morning movement you need to consider, it's walk. I agree. We all know how beneficial a daily walk can be, but fitting it into a day when meetings, household chores tend to pop up unexpectedly can be difficult. That's why slotting it in before you even start the day is such a good idea. While the idea is getting up and out the door may not sound appealing, if you're not a morning person, that's me, pushing yourself to get out of the house and breathe some fresh air before you work can offer a whole host of benefits before you've even started putting one foot in the front of the other. Plus, it means you get dedicated me time before the day starts and sets you up for a better mental health and well-being throughout the working day. You don't need to walk for hours to reap the benefits of an early morning stroll. Just about 10 to 15 minutes of fast-paced walking can make all the difference. Dr. Becky Spellman, a psychologist and clinical director at Private Therapy Clinic, says so, by the way, he's the director. There's no particular time that people need to go for a walk for it to be beneficial, because even a brief, brisk walk can be enough to boost anyone's energy. She says it tends to be brisk exercise that boosts people's mood, so make sure that the pace is quite a decent pace. Mine always is, right?
Absolutely. Yours is not a brisk walk. It's a jog or a sprint sometimes.
Want to learn about how walking before work can benefit your mental, physical, and emotional health? From emotional health, from improving focus to helping alleviate symptoms of seasonal affective disorder, here are all the reasons why going for an early morning walk is good for you and why it's time to make it a part of your routine. Number one, it boosts your energy. If you often find yourself feeling tired, a morning walk could be the answer you've been looking for. Studies have repeatedly shown that walking in the morning can boost energy levels for the rest of the day, especially when done outdoors. One study into the benefits of indoor versus outdoor exercise can be those who walked outdoors for 20 minutes experienced more vitality and energy than those who walked indoors. Indeed, as Emma Obayuvana.
One, you can do this.
Obayuvana.
Yeah, I know her well.
I know her well
Good friend of mine.
The Strong Women Collective previously told stylist, exercising in the morning can give you that extra boost to get things done. It can mentally set you up for the day, helping you feel more organized, refreshed, and energized, she explained. Getting outside in the morning, especially during the winter, can also be an effective way to stave off winter fatigue, because the daylight exposure tells body clock it's time to start the day. Now, walk. Second, it boosts mood. We've already pointed out that not only is walking a great way to boost your energy levels, it can also boost your mood, leave you feeling very positive. Exercise influences the neurotransmitters dopamine and serotonin, which are the feel-good neurotransmitters. So this will make us better and really lifts our mood, explains Dr. Spellman. Doing any form of exercise in the morning is something that will boost our mood. In a way, doing any form of exercise in the morning is something that will boost your mood. So don't forget, it's anything. And will really help us for the rest of the day. She continues, going for a walk is particularly beneficial because we get close to nature. I was going to say that.
Agreed,
this is a true for people who live in cities, because they're still seeing trees and greenery even in a built-up area. While exercise on its own can be beneficial for our mood, doing that exercise outside has proven to be unique range of benefits, such as heightened self-esteem and lower stress levels. Number 3, increases our focus. Research published by Harvard Medical School in 2016 concluded that 20 to 30 minutes of aerobic exercise, also known as a brisk walk, undertaking a mental task, may quicken reaction and sharpen the decision-making time. Wow. With this in our mind, going for a brisk walk can work before work could help you get most out of your working day and tackle problems that present themselves. Now, walking benefits before you go for a walk in the morning, before you walk, is an opportunity for us to be very mindful in the present moment, which is really sets us up for the rest of the day. Number 4, promotes mindfulness, as I said earlier. Instead of spending your morning scrolling on your phone in bed and watching TV and getting depressed watching the news, I add, going for a walk, I added that bit, going for a walk gives your mind the space it needs to focus. I might try this from tomorrow. On here and now, and enter a more mindful state, something which has been proven to benefit mental health. Going for a walk in the morning could work in an opportunity for us to be very mindful in the present moment, which sets us up. Dr. Spellman explains, by walking, we're not just focusing straight on the task at hand, but we're also letting our mind wander to places such as unhelpful thoughts about the future, which can lead to anxiety, and unhelpful thoughts about the past, which can lead to depression. If you want to make the most out of your morning walk, consider setting out without headphones. I agree. I never train with headphones. I find that the weirdest thing ever, that people don't concentrate on their breathing. Anyway, as
I agree.
Stylist Kaylee Dre found, practicing mindful walking or hiking is a great way to reconnect with yourself and feel much more in tune with your body, and what more could want than morning routine. Number 5, it mimics a commute. Setting out for a walk before work when you're going from home can help to create a divide between your work and home lives. As stylist Hannah Kurg previously explained, embarking on a so-called fake commute was a great way for her to break the cycle of working from home during lockdown. I use my morning walk to come into my own and settle before work. If that's the scent of change and scenery, I know people do just go for walks in the morning, but I thought that I will fully think about getting ready for work and walk about 45 minutes to an hour. I even pack my bag like I'm leaving for the day. She continued, I'm a weird way. It puts me in a different frame of mind. I do everything I normally do to commute. I listen to the playlist and I use that time to come into my own and settle before work. Now, walking benefits. By setting out before walk, we can create a divide between work and home lives. That was the thing. Now, 6, it improves sleep. If you've been finding it hard to sleep recently, getting outside soon after you wake up could be the answer you've been looking for. Indeed, in 2017, a study published in the Journal of Sleep Health found that people who are exposed to great amounts of light during the daytime between the hours of 8 and noon fell asleep quicker in the evening, then fewer sleep disturbances compared to those who weren't exposed to light. This is because exposure to the light, especially in the morning, helps you to regulate the circadian rhythm, the body's natural 24-hour cycle, which means that the hormone levels are primed to help us to achieve a good night's sleep. As Hope Bastine, psychologist and resident sleep expert, I want to be a sleep expert, at the sleep tech firm Simba, previously told the stylist, if you're looking to achieve a better night's sleep, getting the right amount of sunlight during the day is as critical as the amount of darkness needed in your bedroom at night. There you go. It helps you to manage SAD. That's number 7. It may not be the winter right now, but getting into the morning walk routine will help you when the weather starts to turn again. Mind you, this is like winter. You see, getting outside in the winter, particularly important for those who deal with seasonal affective disorder or SAD. Although the exact cause of SAD is not understood, according to the NHS, the main theory is that the lack of sunlight exposure to experience during the autumn and winter months might stop a part of the brain called the hypothalamus working properly. Therefore, by increasing the amount of sunlight we're exposed to and going to daily work will help us reduce the development of SAD. Making a walk part of your daily routine can also help to manage one of the main symptoms of SAD, low mood. As Pablo Vandernabil Vandenonobile.
An abandoned vehicle?
No, Pablo Vandenobile.
Vandenobile.
Yeah.
Wow, automobile.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Clinical Director of Mental Health. He's giving me mental problems.
He's giving me
with this
mental. I
name.
was just listening about it.
At Bupa UK, previously told, that's up the road,
Yeah.
stylist, if the lack of daylight is affecting your mood, try to make the most of the hours and get outside. Even a cloudy day will provide you enough light it's craving. He continued, not only is it refreshing, break away from the digital devices, but it can improve your mood. So bring your friends and join us in a half marathon. That's a bit I wasn't supposed to read, but there you go.
Yeah.
So those were the 7 points. And
Excellent.
you can go back onto the stuff and recap them later on.
Yeah. Well, I can agree with everything that's written there because I like walking and I do a lot of walking every week, and particularly for the purpose of mental health benefits. I love going out there and just getting the fresh air, being part of the scenic environment that we obviously have the beauty to share. So, I mean, it's very important that you don't detach yourself from that, because that is one of the benefits and purposes why you're doing it, is to take in the ambience.
Yep, that's why my
yourself.
bed faces my fields.
Yes, that's right, yeah.
Yeah. They who.
Yes. So that was a very good article. And
Thank you.
Yeah, you started a bit more walking, haven't you, as well?
Yeah, I do. I do a lot in the gym, of course, but I also walk up and down the roads with you, up and down the driveway from the farm to the main road with all the doggies.
And don't you sleepwalk as well?
No, I don't. No, that was you sleepwalking. You came into my my room and I had to throw you out again.
Don't tell lies. Now, you've been sleepwalking a lot lately now. Come on. And it's true, you've been going down at night to make yourself a ham sani.
That's true, okay.
Yeah, soft line. You've been blaming it on the sleepwalking business. That's not really true. You just
No,
been
I'm
going
wide
down.
awake.
Yeah, you're foraging.
Yep.
You're
I like my
foraging.
ham sandwich at night.
That's true. Now, I got you, didn't I? You
Yeah,
tried to
did.
blame that on sleepwalking, but no, it's
I did not blame it
you
on
intentionally-
sleepwalking. I'm very, very aware because I have to pick the best slices of ham to put in my bread and butter.
Yes, very good. And you
And
do
cut
that.
the edges off,
And what about
yeah.
corned beef?
Oh, I do like my corned beef, but it's a bit fatty, so I try and stay away from it.
No,
Yeah. Go on, your turn.
it's my turn again. So, folks, that was a long article. So, the link to the article will be published in the show notes, so you can read that for yourselves. But there's a lot of articles being written and published recently about walking and the benefits of mental health. So, GPs and a lot of other.
Is there anything on sleepwalking?
Yeah, you.
Mental health?
Lots of it. Yeah, lots of stuff
Yeah.
going on.
Okay.
Yeah, ever since you were caught doing it.
I wasn't sleepwalking,
You
okay?
weren't,
I
you
saw a spaceship outside the window. I was just going to check if my friends were there.
Are you sure you weren't being dragged in by some force field, magnetic force field? That's Jaws.
No, no.
Mixing up with Jaws. All right, okay, let's crack on. So my article is, what is it? It's the miracle of showing up when you have a mental illness. Okay. One of the most precious things bipolar disorder robs from you is the confidence in your ability to show up as promised. For many years, I was extremely reluctant to make social plans because I didn't know if I'd be stable enough to keep the date when it rolled around. I knew I couldn't show up manic because I'd suck all the air out of the room and undoubtedly end up saying or doing something wildly inappropriate that would have me cringing in remorse when the mania disappeared. I've seen that. It was even dicier if I were depressed. I simply couldn't face the horrors of the mirror then. Plus, it felt cruel to subject others to the contagion of my god-awful mood. It was worse if I were forced to cancel. Cancelling was sure to cause a spiral of shame and self-loathing, which would only deepen the depression. But bipolar disorder doesn't come with an iCalendar telling you what mood is going to show up when. Its cruelest characteristic is its unpredictability. It destroys any sense of certainty, any feeling that your future is within your control. And so I learned to live alone. I assumed this was how my life was destined to play out. Just me and my bipolar beast, trapped together in our dysfunctional marriage of convenience and fear. I never expected to get better, or more accurately, I never expected to be able to act like normal people do. I never thought I could just pick up the phone and make a date for the unknowable future. I was so deep in my despair that I didn't even realise it was despair. I just thought that the sacrifice of social life was the price I paid for being mentally ill. So I'm thrilled and amazed to profoundly grateful to be able to admit that I was absolute ignoramus. Until we attain the status of gods, we should never assume we know that the future may have in store for us. How could I possibly have known that I'd eventually discover the right combination of medications to tame my erratic mood swings? We spoke about this so often. It's about getting the right help, the right medication. It takes time, doesn't happen overnight.
Absolutely.
Okay. Swings, or that my hard work in therapy would finally come to fruition, or that I'd reap the awesome benefits of mindfulness, or that long-term, consistent sobriety would make my life feel more under my control. How could I have known that as a result, I'd one day reach euthymia, that blessed place on that bipolar spectrum where neither mania nor depression significantly interferes with my daily functioning? That was a hope too far-fetched to entertain. I would have thought myself a fool for believing in an impossible dream. But dreams are the playthings of the darkness, and I have entered the light. This week alone, I have scheduled 2 lunches, 1 dinner, a doctor's appointment, and a romantic rendezvous. Ooh. It's true, I feel a bit overwhelmed, but I know that I can deal with it. I know how to take care of myself now, get enough sleep, eat well, prioritise time to decompress after socialising, try to stay focused on the present moment. On those rare occasions when I absolutely have to cancel, I give myself the grace of self-compassion and realise that I'm doing what's best for my mental health and that time. The uncertain future is not so uncertain these days. It's only tomorrow I can handle that. Wow. This is really, really good. I think really, just to pick up on a point what she says here, it says like when she does have to cancel, on those rare occasions when she absolutely has to cancel, she gives herself the grace of self-compassion and realise that she's doing what's best for her mental health. I think more people need to realise that. Mm-hmm. Sometimes you've got to be very compassionate with yourself and you've got to give yourself that time.
Yep.
That's very, very important.
Absolutely.
So that's short and sweet article, but that's very, very good.
Poignant. Yeah.
Poignant. You have a sister who's bipolar, correct?
Yes, I do.
And you probably could see a lot of those symptoms in
I
her.
wrote a song called Bipolar.
You did too?
Yep.
That's right. And we're going to play that one of the shows actually coming up next. Just remind me we can do that. And speaking of music, I've got a track today. Obviously, a lot of tracks we play have very deep, meaningful lyrics around mental health and, you know, all this gubbins. So this is a song called Haunted Soul, and it's by Jamie Lynn Vessels, which I picked up on Spotify. Hope you enjoy it.
your troubled mind, peeking through the windows, you can see the light. You're a haunted soul, never lose control. And I'm the only one who knows that you're a haunted soul. Do you remember all the way that we were when the days were longer and your heart was pure? Oh.
Well done, Jamie Lee Vessels. What a track. Lynn Vessels, such a good track. I really like that again. Really, really good.
That's very good. I agree.
Did you enjoy that, Indira?
Yes, very much so.
So we're going to play your song actually next week. Now you mentioned bipolar because you've written one specifically.
I've written a few on mental health. I think one was bipolar, one was shrink, and one was drowning in my wine. So quite a few on different aspects of mental health.
Yeah.
They were at different phases of my life, so different phases of that time. Anyway, the next one I'm doing is short and sweet like me. So
You're definitely short. I don't know about sweet.
I'm not short. I'm under tall.
Yeah, you are. Yeah.
When I tell men I'm under tall, they get very protective about me.
Under small.
No, under tall.
Even under
but
small.
if I say short, they just look at me like I'm an idiot. But when I say I'm not short, I'm under tall, they go, "Oh, you're so cute."
Yeah.
It works every time, you know.
Such
so
a
I'm good at
manipulator.
Absolutely.
God almighty.
God.
All right, what is your
It's
article?
a gift. What can I say?
Come on, get
30
on.
minutes sitting here has magical effect on depression.
That's because you're sitting with me.
Minus if you're sitting with Thomas Maher. I don't know where that article came from.
Yeah. You wrote that yourself, no?
A simple activity that reduces depression and blood pressure. People who spend 30 minutes a week in a park have much better mental health than those who don't. Visiting parks weekly is also linked to lower blood pressure, and Australian research has found. Oh, that's because of the kangaroos. They jump around and make you happy.
Jump around.
Yeah. So the longer people spend in a park, the lower the chances of depression and high blood pressure. What about a farm? Does that count? If it's a funny.
Yeah, it's funny farm. We have a funny farm.
Dr. Danielle Shanahan, the study first author, said, if anyone visited their local parks for half an hour each week, there would be a 7% fewer cases of depression and 9% fewer cases of high blood pressure. Given that the society costs of depression... Oh, sorry. Did I just say the wrong thing there?
I don't know. Did you?
Alone in Australia are estimated at SA 12.6 billion a year, saving to public health budgets across the health outcomes could be immense. What's that all about?
You talking rubbish now or what?
I don't know, because honestly, it's gone back into this intermittent fasting thing.
You're obsessed with that. What have you been doing?
No, it's going on, I'm telling you.
It's an advertisement, that's what that is.
And it's going on and on and on. Dr. Richard Fuller,
you see?
one of study's co-authors, said, "We've known for a long time that visiting parks is good for our health, and we are now beginning to establish exactly how much time we need to spend in parks to gain these benefits. We have specific evidence that we need regular visits of at least half an hour to ensure that we get the best benefits." Now, Dr. Shanahan said, "So how can we encourage people to spend more time in the park? We need to support encouragement of community activities and natural spaces. Our children especially benefit from spending more time outdoors. Kids who grow up experiencing natural environment may benefit developmentally and have heightened environmental awareness as adults than those who don't." I think these days they need to discourage kids from playing and, things like that on computers and so on and so forth, and just,
I agree.
Just get out into the park.
Yeah.
In India, we have
Park
a really
life.
exciting thing in Bombay. And there's one called Nana Nani Park, which means grandfather, grandmother park.
Mm-hmm.
And it encourages grandparents to go with their grandchildren to the parks.
Spend time with their kids, yeah.
And then there's a Chachi Park, which is uncle and aunt, and
wow. That's
so
so
the
cute.
families get to
Family
the
time.
uncle and aunt take their kids and their niece and nephews and all that, and they all go to the park together.
Right.
And it's very, very big in India, this park thing.
What's social settings anyway? I mean, spending time with family is very important in India anyway, isn't it?
It is,
it's part of
and
the
I mean,
culture.
we like at the farm, we all eat at 7:30 together in the evening.
Yeah.
And if one person is late, we all wait, because that's normal for us. Eating together, family that eats together stays together. That's
true.
how I feel.
That's true. And that one person, Paul, is it Paul? Did I mention his name?
Yeah,
He is late.
he's always late. but
Always
that's
late,
okay.
yeah. So we end up
I'm
waiting for
late.
many.
I'm late for a very important date. I'm late. I'm late. I'm late.
Isn't it
Very
a new
important
song?
date. Yeah,
So, but that was interesting. All right, okay, spend time in the park, folks, yeah? Park life.
not the car park.
Yeah, not the car park. That's different. We don't
Yeah.
want to know about what's going on in the car park, do we?
Oh, you saw me, didn't you?
I did saw you, yeah. Well, a lot of people saw you on internet, by the way. You've gone viral.
I've gone
You've gone
I've
virus.
got a virus. Yeah.
You've gone virus over the internet. So
Okay, go on. Your turn now.
Right, what have I got? My last article is the Life Sabbatical is doing absolutely nout the
Bugger
secret
all.
of happiness. Bugger all, no, call it what you like. All right. You might imagine that escaping from your everyday life would involve relocating to a Hebridean croft or attending a series of rejuvenating retreats. But according to Emma Gannon's new book project, A Year of Nothing, it could be as simple as staying at home. I did nothing, writes Gannon. I stopped replying to emails, I used my savings, I slept, I borrowed a friend's dog, I ate bananas in bed, I bought miniature plants, I read magazines, I lay down, I did nothing. It felt totally alien to me. For Gannon, the sabbatical was enforced after she experienced burnout caused by chronic exhaustion from occupational stress. All the while, I was keeping diaries, she says, writing down the nothingness of my days. I journaled all the things I noticed, the stuff I usually ignored, the people I met, the kindness of strangers, the magical coincidences, the smallest, tiniest uplifting glimmers. Am I alone in feeling a surge of envy? Reading Gannon's litany of aimlessness. It's not even as if I'm in need of a break. Recently, I went on a relaxing holiday to Malaga. I admired the relaxing holiday to Malaga. Is it relaxing there? We just usually drop in there and then move on, don't we?
Yeah, we go to Marbella, don't we?
Okay. So anyway, so Malaga. I admired the Pompidou Centre, stared out to the sea at the distant blur of Morocco and guzzled bitter orange filled with dark chocolate from the supermarket. In other words, bliss. On my return, after 2 weeks, I plunged back into my working life, recharged and raring to go. But inexplicably, days later, I found myself intensely craving more time off and experiencing a low-level discontentment that only intensified in the following days. Was I having some kind of existential breakdown? I turned to the psychologist Susie Redding, author of Rest to Reset, The Busy Person's Guide to Pausing with Purpose. Pausing with Purpose is good. I like it. She suggested that, like many people, I probably struggle to identify what kind of rest I need. For people who do a lot of socializing and interacting with other people for their work, they might find that they actually need to replenish is silence and solitude. This definitely struck a chord with me, an extrovert who gets energized from being around others, but I was skeptical that spending time alone could possibly be rejuvenating. If you are struggling to recharge, a good place to start is by thinking about how you normally use your mind and body. Ask yourself, what kind of environments are you in on a daily basis, says Redding. She cites the example of a teacher who spends all day guiding and directing others. In that case, taking a break might involve allowing someone else to make decisions, even if it's just where to go for dinner. Many people often confuse rest with sitting down quietly. But given that many of us spend our working lives sitting, staring at a screen, for some, a better form of rest might involve listening to music or doing some form of movement. For some people, rest might involve embarking on a creative project which allows them to express themselves in a new and different way. Taking a very large chunk of time out, perhaps a year, is obviously not financially viable for most of us, but the good news is it's not necessary. The key is to allocate some time out from the hurly-burly of life to reclaim some headspace, says Rennie. If we make time to step away from our routines, it gives us a chance to realise what we can't wait to get back to. It can help us to appreciate the things we actually enjoy. This all sounds great, but my Clavinist work ethic is too strong to take more than a day or two off. Even though my book is called A Year of Nothing, you can just do a weekend of nothing, suggests Gannon. Although she warns that doing so may provoke pushback. People are always asking me what I'm up to at the weekend, and I regularly say, nothing. The response is often, surely you have some plans, and I reply, nope, none. Indeed, some people find that taking time out prompts a surge in productivity. Tamu Thomas, the author of Women Who Work Too Much, believes that, as a society, we do not value rest. We need to understand that it is what fuels everything else in our lives. That's an American sports coaching maxim that states, an American sports coaching maxim that states, the rest is just as important as the race. It's so true. A former senior social worker, Thomas was conditioned from a young age by her Sierra Leonean family to value productivity and achievement over relaxation. She began researching the mind-body connection of taking adequate rest after she experienced a severe panic attack before giving evidence on a high-profile case. I discovered the work of a physician and researcher, Sandra Dalton Smith. Her TED Talk explains that we actually need 7 different types of rest: physical, mental, emotional, sensory, creative, social, and spiritual. Interesting. Thomas observes that for many of us, particularly women, emotional rest is often the one that is most overlooked. For those of us who are conditioned to overfunction and who believe that our value comes from care taking in every sphere of our lives, emotional rest is one of the most necessary types of taking a break. In order to address that, you need to start identifying the people that compromise your emotional well-being, and then make choices about whether you want to carry on engaging with those people. That's what the conversation we've been talking about for a long time. It can be helpful to make time away from your responsibilities a regular part of your life, even if that presents logical challenges. Shirley Ann O'Neill, an art advisor and director of the Visual Arts Association, organises her life around taking a reset every 7 weeks. I intentionally leave my diary open without firm plans, allowing for spontaneous moments of rest and rejuvenation. I enjoy a leisurely morning with a cup of tea, going for peaceful walks in nature to clear my mind, engaging in creative pursuits like journaling or painting, and having impromptu outings to explore new places or try new cuisines. I'm a busy mom of 3, so this really helps to rest me. At first I felt guilty, now it's an absolute must. Sometimes it takes a traumatic life event for someone to realise that they need to step back and reprioritise. When she lost her mother, and then a close friend, health mentor Sophia Husbands decided to make 2023 a reset year. Circumstances meant it wasn't appropriate to go jetting off somewhere, she says. So she took radical steps at home. She used her savings and scaled back her freelance work to allow herself to reevaluate her life. She reviewed her core values, a coaching exercise favoured by personal development authors such as Brené Brown, and conducted a relationship audit. I looked at all the people in my life and asked myself whether they were making me feel neutral, depressed or uplifted. That's very important, folks. I think everyone should do that, particularly as you get older, because, you know, having the wrong people around you in your circle can certainly either benefit you or bring you down. So it's very good advice. I looked at all the people in my life and asked whether they were making me feel neutral, depressed or uplifted. I analysed both old and present relationships and determined who was not making me feel good. I decided to cull people who were not serving my best interests and felt much better. I decided to try a reset of my own and plan a mini sabbatical one Sunday. Unfortunately, I soon realised that unless I impose a structure of aimlessness from the start, I'm liable to just loll around doom scrolling. I go back to Gannon, who suggests look at your diary and ask yourself what you can get out of doing. Find things to cancel. You might be surprised because a lot of the stuff we feel obliged to do, we don't really need to do at all. Very true.
Yep.
Yeah. I find this surprisingly difficult. I don't like letting people down, but I press ahead anyway. Although I do justify it because it's for an article. Sorry, I can't make it. I've got work. I'll tell a family member and then a good friend I was looking forward to see. I go for an aimless walk to a park that I rarely visit. It's a drenched day, but it is surprisingly beautiful. I sit down on the bench and watch the world go by and then head home and wonder how on earth I'm going to spend the evening. I do more ironing than I have ever done for the rest of this year put together. Then I go through the laborious process of repotting a snake plant. How can it only be 7 p.m? In truth, I go to bed early with the sense that this has all been a massive time-wasting exercise and feel pretty grumpy. Next morning, though, it's a very different story. For once, I've slept soundly all night and I've had an unusually vivid dream that has provided the answer to the problem I've been grappling with for some time. That morning, I have an idea for a new project. As I go about my day in an uncharacteristically cheerful mood, I realise something I'm sure wise sages have always known. Doing nothing much can be surprisingly productive. Wow.
Wow,
there we go.
Good, yeah.
That's a very good article. And again, this obviously we published the link to this article in the show notes. And so I advise everyone to read this article. It's very, very good.
Yeah,
but one
it is.
point she's really made there, which is really, really important, which I always say to if I'm giving advice to anybody, for me is one thing is look at your circle of friends or even family members. Doesn't matter who they are. If they're not, if you don't resonate with them, if there's no connection with them, they're not good for your mental health. Get rid of them. Yeah. Spend less time with them. I know obviously it's very difficult if it's family and this, that, and there are people closest to. But if it's family, you can make changes there too. Just spend less time with them. Yeah. And, if it's people that you're not so close to or just outside your circle, just get rid of them. You don't need them in your life.
Exactly.
And that's it. Make those changes. You've got to be strong and you will benefit immensely from doing so.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
I have to say, it's interesting because the articles are kind of, I do think that there are certain times when you do something that is so random that you haven't bothered to do before. Mm-hmm. And you just think, well, you know what, I'm just going to do this today. And it's something like to sit on the swing and look out at the fields or something, which is what I do sometimes. And it can be the most relaxing thing ever.
Yeah, just taking time out.
Yeah.
And you're enjoying life. You're just seeing what's more than out there than the four walls and TV, the news, which is most of the time is just negative anyway. And getting away from the doom scrolling, as they call it. That's exactly what it's like.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it is.
Yeah. So, remember I promised you all last week I had a very, very interesting UFO article which was coming up this week. It's very short and sweet, but listen to the headline in this. So it's going to be one of our moments. Yeah, it is.
We like that.
Okay, so the headline of this is pilots caught in hilarious exchange after UFO sighting over Ireland. It was in Ireland.
Oh.
Yeah, it was they were passing over the green Emerald Isle.
Aww.
So, okay, here we go. 2 pilots were caught in an hilarious exchange after a reported UFO sighting over Irish airspace occurred in the early hours this morning. The unidentified flying object, which doesn't necessarily equate to alien spaceships, was spotted over Irish airspace shortly after midnight on Wednesday, May 29th, with the sighting having been reported to air traffic control. Some of the exchanges between the pilots and ATC were shared online by online aviation journalist Sean Dunn. Sean's Aviation on Twitter X, with the sighting happening in the direction of Northern Ireland, Scotland. So, here's an extract from it. UFO sighting and funny exchange. At approximately 12:30 a.m. local time last night, multiple aircraft reported a UFO sighting over Ireland to the ATC. An aircraft, the one in the first ATC clip below, reported it to the ATC on the ground emergency frequency 121,500, they described. The pilot described seeing the UFO as an object that was there, and then it went, adding to the air traffic control. It was almost like it was staying still, then it went really quickly. While the exact description of the object is not known, Sean's Aviation managed to catch a witty exchange between two pilots, with one saying, "I've never seen something amazing like that before," prompting another pilot to comment, "You obviously haven't seen my landings." The first pilot quickly retorted, "You haven't seen mine either," before both aircrafts continued to their destinations following the UFO sighting. And that's it. So basically there's two recordings to this. I mean, obviously bouncing back from both pilots that were recorded, obviously with air traffic control. And so the links are there, so you can go listen to those recordings, which I did listen to. They're quite funny. So again, that will be posted in the show notes, and they're for everybody to listen to. So the greens have been spotted over Emerald Isle.
Over the Emerald Isle, yeah.
Well, like I said, let's get too excited. Keep me not
Do you think aliens really look like that with the big eyes and stuff? Because then in that case, I guess I look like an alien. Because I've got big eyes, haven't I?
You have, yeah. And sometimes you can go green as well.
With envy.
Yes, that's right. When someone else has got that ham sandy that you desire so much and you haven't got it yourself, I see you go green.
I love ham sandwiches.
You love your ham sandwiches, don't you?
I do, yeah.
You're going to go forage, are you?
Yeah, it's lunchtime now.
It's lunchtime now.
Yeah.
All right, folks. We shall see you next time for episode
next time.
14. 14 will be, yeah.
It comes after 13 and it comes before 15.
15, yeah.
Just in case you didn't know.
Yeah, and I promise I'm going to take a picture of Indiraa with her ham sandy. I'm going to post that in one of our show notes, yeah? How about that?
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Okay. Bye, Indiraa.
Bye, baby. See you soon.
Well, folks, on that note, that's where we're going to leave it for today. Hope you've enjoyed the show as much as we have, and we look forward to bringing you more of the latest news and hot topics surrounding mental health on our next show. Remember, new episodes of the Mad Podcast drop every Sunday at 6 p.m. Episodes are available to listen to on Spotify, Apple Music, and of course, the Musicians Against Depression website, an online toolbox that contains a wealth of information, essential reading, and links relating to mental health. As always, if you or someone you know would like to join the conversation, either in studio or remotely, email us at musiciansagainstdepression@gmail.com or visit the MAD website at www.musiciansagainstdepression.uk for further info. All links, including social media, are provided in the show notes. And remember, no problem in life is insurmountable, and help is just a conversation away. Until the next time, from myself and the wonderful Indiraa,
Take care.